Hey everyone, it's Norm here from IMCARS, and today we're going to be driving the Vanderhall Carmel that you see in front of us. This is a three-wheel vehicle similar to the T-REX, but also quite different in many ways. I've done lots of videos on the T-REXs, but today we're going to drive the Vanderhall Carmel, and I just wanted to show you first off, that is popping the hood. So this is powered by a 1.5 liter turbocharged GM motor, so quite a bit different than the bike powered T-REXs, this one being the BMW and that one being the Kawasaki. This does produce just under 200 horsepower, so it's 194 horsepower. Not totally sure about the torque figures, but this thing weighs only 1,410 pounds, so extremely light. So I'm really curious how it's going to drive. Does have suicide style doors, and it is of course front wheel drive, unlike rear wheel drive on the T-REXs. So to open the door, you pop that, and of course this opens up that way, and we will climb on board the Vanderhall Carmel. Shut the door and push to start. There's your side exhaust. You can hear that turbocharged blow-off valve. Let's get buckled up and we will take the Vanderhall out for a drive. So one big difference of this over a T-REX is this does have just a conventional, I believe, 6-speed automatic transmission, unlike those that have a sequential bike transmission, as you can see. So 3 pedals in there, only 2 pedals in here. So it's going to make this a little bit more of, I don't know, I'm going to say cruiser, unlike those which are pure performance. These mirrors do move, actually. I'm just going to adjust those before we take off here. All right, first impressions. So these actually are sold with a full roof that is removable, so I'll actually show you those on one of the other ones that they have here at the dealership. But I think, at least initially, I quite enjoy the open air, full open air, much more than having the roof on. But with that said, there is a downside. You know, you've got no windows, no door, no roof, so you can't just take it with you and bolt it on if you starts raining or whatever. So not sure Calgary's the best climate for this, but on a day like today I wouldn't be scared of driving without the roof on. All right, let's see how the acceleration is in the Vanderhall here. It's pretty good, it's not bad. So just walking you through some of the display here on the Vanderhall. You've got your fuel gauge, your speedometer with your odometer, your tachometer and water, and then this is a cool gauge here for your what gear you're in. So as you go through the gears, I'll just show you here. So you can see it's in park right now, and if you go to reverse, it goes to reverse, neutral. And then these actually move through the gears as you accelerate. Here you've got your pressure gauge, your start-stop button. This does have Bluetooth audio, so you can turn that on or off here. Cruise control, traction control. These are your hazard lights. Down here you've got your gear shift, park, reverse, drive, and neutral. Now this one, just being the regular GT, not the GTS, doesn't have the paddle shifters, but if you get the GTS, you can put this into a manual mode. And here it does actually have heated seats, which is kind of nice if you're driving this on a little bit of a cooler day and you want to have some heat. Pretty nice. So let's carry on with our drive here. So another thing that I immediately noticed about the Vanderhall that personally I think is a good thing is it's extremely easy to drive. It's not intimidating at all like a T-REX is. This has power steering, which the T-REX doesn't. The automatic, which again just makes the whole thing much easier to drive, easier to control, and you have a much higher seating position, so it feels more like a car, more natural, and you can kind of just get in it and drive, whereas the T-REX, you're constantly figuring stuff out in terms of shifting and just how everything looks. So extremely easy to drive. It's not intimidating at all. And I feel like that, at least for something like this, is probably why you're buying it over a T-REX. So I think it's quite a good thing in this case. It does get quite windy at highway speed though. I'm only doing about 60 right now and it's pretty windy. I want to get up to 100 here. Oh yeah, it's windy, just like a T-REX. It's windy. All right, so we've parked now. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a better walk around of the Vanderhall. So from the front, you can see it's got these cool LED running lights, big intercooler there for that turbocharged motor. And this particular one just has the standard braking package, whereas the GTS has a upgraded, I think, slotted or drilled rotor. It's got the dual exhaust coming out both sides, exposed suspension in the back. Here's a good look at it from the rear. And I actually found the suspension to be quite nice in this car. It was not too stiff, but not too soft. Very easy to drive, very easy to handle. The roof, so you can see it actually, it's a one-piece roof. It just clips into this little sit here. And then there's two attachments that wrap around these bars to hold it in place. So I'll show you that right now on another car. This is your fuel tank back here. Easy. Just spins off, easy to open. And on the interior, each driver and passenger do have a little cup holder. This one again has the standard interior, whereas if you go with the GTS, it's got an upgraded like diamond stitch pattern, which looks really, really good. Steering wheel, I believe, is the same, but that one does have, the GTS does have the paddle shifters. And overall, I gotta say, I'm actually more impressed with how it drives than I thought it would be. I thought I would be kind of disappointed and let down, but I actually quite liked it. Just want to see, oh yeah, that door was open the entire time. There we go. I actually quite liked it, but I will say it's extremely different experience from a T-REX. A T-REX is raw, difficult, way faster. They've got good and bad about both of them, but at the end of the day, I don't think the buyer for these are the same. They're two very different buyers, very different people. And I personally like the T-REX more because I like that little bit of a challenge to drive it. But with that said, I wouldn't want to go very far in it. I wouldn't be comfortable like driving an hour or two in a T-REX. Whereas with this, I would definitely be comfortable and very confident driving this. Like it was fun, easy to handle. Hot day like today, you can get a nice tan going, I think. So yeah, that is a little review of the Vanderhall Carmel GT. And just pulling back in, and perfect. We actually have the black Vanderhall GTS here now. So I'll show you guys the roof as well as the interior differences between that and the GT. So just backing this thing up, first of all, this rear view mirror is useless. I'm trying to show you what I can see. That's kind of like what I see. These are pretty well useless, and there's no backup camera at all in this. So this side's okay to manage, but that side, you can't see nothing. Gotta be very careful backing up, especially on the passenger side. But I think we've managed to do it. So let's put this in park, shut it off, and I will take you guys over to the GTS now. So this is the Vanderhall GTS. So just showing you that diamond stitch interior that I was mentioning, which I think looks much classier. As well as you can see here, this one has the paddle shifters, which be interesting to drive that. And this here is, of course, the roof that I mentioned. So it just clips in right there. And then those are these two straps that I was mentioning. So you unbuckle those and then simply lift the roof off. And it's very light. I'm going to say 10 to 15 pounds. One-man job. It's a little bit awkward, but it's not overly heavy. So super easy to remove and install the roof on the Vanderhall. And these are the drilled rotors that I was also mentioning are a difference between this and the GTS's. So you'll just have a little bit better performance, a little bit better heat management with the drilled rotors as opposed to just the standard rotors here on the GT. No real difference in visual. You're not going to notice it driving or anything, but you will get slightly better performance out of these, particularly with respect to heat management. So that is my drive and little miniature review of the Vanderhall Carmel. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you're interested in watching some content on the T-Rexes, I'll link that in the video description so you can check out my drives in those. And hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we will catch you guys on the next one. All right, if you enjoyed this video, if you could do me a huge favor, click the like button down below, check out some of our other videos on the channel, and be sure to subscribe. It literally takes 1 second, and it helps our channel out grow immensely. I actually like that one the best. The final one's the best.